ASL Prime League.
All right, guys, welcome back. We've got our second series of the evening for you here. Of course, Prime League, Legacy of the Void, ASL action for you. It's Protoss versus Protoss, so let's get these player introductions out of the way. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner. Rocking them gold trunks. Orange trunks? Orange-ish. It is the Protoss player, RayReign. And a little fact about RayReign. As Tippo keeps laughing. RayReign made it to round of 32 in the first Challenger qualifier for WCS America 2015. So we've got a little bit of a celebrity here, guys.
Indeed. I did not know that we were in the game, so I apologize. I was just giving you guys some sound effects, music, with my mouth.
Hey, let's get this top left intro.
Okie dokie. So here in the top left corner, not sure if he's on a team at the moment, but I believe he's representing Michigan. It is KiFirE. Met him at the Red Bull Detroit.
How was that?
It was really good. That was it was such a good experience because the open bracket and how they treated the players and just giving everybody the opportunity to be on the main stage.
I really like Red Bull. I like what Red Bull brings to the table as with regards to esports. Like, they seem to have they're really dedicated to the production value, and also they host pretty fun events. So they're not like there's so many companies out there that don't have to do it. Like, Red Bull doesn't need to do esports to make money. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But it's cool that they do that type of thing. But talking about this game that we're looking at here, pretty identical builds. 2 adepts for both of them. No mothership core for KiFirE just yet. And there is one coming out for RayReign.
Oh. Yeah, it seems like this is the opener that is almost necessary to do right now. Like, if you don't have these adepts in the yearly game, you just lose too much of your income. Too many workers get killed because they take so long to actually die. Stalkers can't kill them too fast. Zealots can't catch them. And the mothership core just tickles them. So definitely, I believe, is very necessary to use. But I don't know what happens when they pass each other and decide to commit. You know what I mean? Like, if they both don't have adepts
yeah.
Just,
well,
this could be really awkward to this. This could be really awkward.
Let's go up.
This is so,
So, okay, we've got 3 pylons going down in the main of KiFirE from RayReign. The pylon, this is the photon overcharge rush.
Oh, you know what he's doing?
Photon overcharge rush. Yep, this is the photon overcharge. He's saving up his energy on his mothership core. When the mothership core comes over here and these 4 complete, he's going to target down the cybernetics core. The adepts are going to work on the cybernetics core in the gateway. The mothership, now it comes in and starts automatically doing photon overcharge. And they're going to work on the cybernetics core. No more stalkers and no more mothership core for you. This is amazing. Yeah.
Going right for the cybernetics core. That's going to be no warp gate, no more adepts. It's only going to be zealots here coming out. But I don't know. Is it going to be the right choice? It does go down. Oh, this is... I totally forgot how crazy he's going to be right now. What the hell is going on?
God.
He's going to go in photon overcharge 3 at the same time.
PvP? You
This
thought
is
it was
PvP.
bad? You thought PvP was topsy-turvy and rock, paper, scissory beforehand? 7 probes have gone down for KiFirE, 4 for RayReign. The DTs are about to finish up. Adepts are in the mineral line of RayReign as well. We've got 28 to 22 by way of supply. 1 photon overcharge still going off right now.
Oh my god!
For that pylon, I mean, this is what the world has come to.
This is what it's all about. This is what dreams are made of. Oh my goodness! Well, the great part about it is that the DTs, when they do warp in, RayReign is not going to have. RayReign is not going to have any answer to it. So even though there is no pylon on the other side of the map, I think if you have the buildings right there, does it matter, or do you actually need the gateway or the nexus to warp in fast?
I think it needs to be near the nexus, but there is a robo and an observer. Oh, he was getting an observer out, and then RayReign stopped and started getting a warp prism. He's gonna find out really quickly how bad of an idea that was. He's researching Blink, but 2 DTs are warping in on the way, and obviously they take a little longer since they're on the forward forward pylons. But once they get in there, there's not gonna be an observer. So
oh, he never got warp gate, so he's just gonna use it. He's just
that's
he's
right.
just making him out of the gateway.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so he never got Warp Gate. That's right.
Because he got killed, yeah. Oh my goodness. This is ridiculous, man.
Okay, so Tempo, this is what's going to come down to. These stalkers are going to march across the map, and in the bushes, they're going to see these DTs. And if they notice them, we're going to see a response out of RayReign, and we don't. But an observer is coming out.
Yeah, I did not see the robo get put down there. Obviously, the Warp Prism came out of it first, but I think RayReign is going to be perfectly fine here. And this attack is probably going to be able to kill KiFirE unless the Photon Overcharge is going to be enough here. I think on a few pylons he should be okay, but getting economically ahead, RayReign is going to be able to... Oh, he's not taking a base of his own, actually.
Oh, and DTs make their way into the mineral line. The Photon Overcharges are going to go down, and there is an observer, so they are all going to die. And so the DTs are gone. RayReign knows it's there. He also stops the Nexus from being natural. No cancel on it as well, so there goes 400 minerals. The Photon Overcharges, 3 of them go down, and that's enough along with the 2 DTs to shoo away these 8 blink-worthy stalkers. But now, I mean, there's no more. The range isn't as big anymore. He is getting a little trapped here, and 3 DTs are able to put out a lot of DPS, so he's going to have to blink out of there, or he's going to risk losing some of these stalkers. And manages to escape with all but 1. That was pretty nicely done, Tempo.
And he also kills a lot of probes here. It's been 16 workers killed by RayReign to the 9 of KiFirE, who only has DTs here. And, yeah, RayReign not going to get too cheeky with that last warp in at all. Just going to say, you know what? I got a good amount of damage done. It's time to go on home and just realize that I do have a lead, and he's going to actually expand on his own. What a ridiculous...
Yeah,
like this is what life is all about now, huh? PvP.
We have to accept our new reality, Tempo. A bunch of blink stalkers in here with an observer. Now he's totally not scared. He's going to start sniping these pylons, sniping probes. They are forming into Archons, these DTs, but not going to be enough. All the probes are pulled, and he's able to expertly micro back these blink stalkers one by one, get as much damage and use out of them as he can. And KiFirE down to 27 supply. 1 Archon goes down. The other one's not even able to live. What little life it would have lived. An immortal gone, but the aggressive blink forward to get that immortal, and once it's gone, that's it.
That's going to be it. That's all she wrote. RayReign takes game number 1. What a crazy little strategy out of RayReign. Beta edition, as we do have 2 players. Very new to the ASL, I believe, actually. But here's the first one. Up 1 game with some really, really cheeky proxy play. He is the orange Protoss player, RayReign.
My man.
My man.
Coming up, cheeky play is a little bit of an understatement, but I'm sure everyone saw it.
Everyone, right side of the face play.
That was just a moon of cheese. That was just straight up cheddar and smoked Gouda level cheese. But his opponent, spun in the bottom left-hand corner, probably going to come up with some craftiness of his own. Repping the teal trunks, it is KiFirE. And, of course, the Chrono Boost is auto-cast these days, but you select which production building it goes on, right? That's how these things are going these days?
You can switch it over. Defaults to the Nexus, and then you can switch it over to the building of your choice.
Very nice, very nice. So that's... and one of the new changes, if you haven't been following along on the Team Liquid boards or the Battle.net boards, or the forums and things like that, that's what they're changing up. I tend to stay away from Reddit these days, Tempo. Yeah. I just, that's just my style these days.
I've never really been a big Reddit person. I'll browse it every once in a while, but I'm not really active on it, and I mean, if I see something cool on it, I don't dig through posts, and be like, oh, let's see what juicy drama is cooking up between comments.
There's those things, though, right, where you're, it used to be where you'd sit there and you'd be like, I could be, building a picnic table right now. I could be doing literally anything else than what I'm doing right now, and it would be more worthwhile to my human being than what I'm doing right now.
Well, internet is a very dangerous place, Tyrannus, okay?
It'll suck you in, dude. No bueno.
But I wonder if we're going to see the same kind of thing. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I mean, here comes RayReign rallying his mothership core across the map once again, sending a probe as well. Do you think KiFirE would expect it, or...
No, I don't think that's a strategy that I think RayReign is going to do something funky like that, but I don't think it's something that KiFirE goes, yeah, he's probably going to do that again. That's just one of those things. You don't do that twice unless you're like SOS or somebody like that. You don't. Who's that guy who cheesed 3 times in a row versus? I think it was Hero. You know what I mean? in the GLSF finals at one time. Regardless, he is able to shoo away the probe. 2 Adepts are going to come in and meet the 1 Adept and the Mothership Core. And now I think KiFire's a little worried here. These 2 guys are making their way up. Of course, they can switch over to their holograms if they want to, and they do so. They 2-shot probes, so 2 of them will 1-shot probes. Photon Overcharge is going down on the middle pylon here, but yeah, okay, there you go, Tempo. There's your answer.
He is going to go for it. So it is going to be already a Photon Overcharge used by KiFirE on the south side. So this is going to do quite a bit of damage, though. But you have to keep in mind that there is an Oracle going to be in... Oh, it's a Phoenix coming out of KiFirE. So KiFirE is going to decide to deal with this by killing the Mothership Core, you know? Cut the root of the problem right there, you know? Instead of dealing with the pylons, you get rid of the Mothership Core.
Yeah, but
can the Photon Overcharge shoot up?
I think it can.
Oh my
Yeah, because it's a Photon Overcharge, right? The Nexus Photon Overcharge can shoot up.
Yeah.
It's a cannon. It's basically a cannon. That's the whole principle of it. But, dude, okay, so KiFirE built his Cybernetics Core in the exact same type of location as he did this game. And so all RayReign had to do was bait that initial Photon Overcharge, which he did with the Adepts, and that was gorgeous, right? Now in hindsight, we can look back and see it, and he almost hit another proxy pylon up close and personal. The only other difference is KiFirE, I think, is going to be able to get down this second Nexus. But across the maps, RayReign's getting his down as well. It's going to be interesting to see what this Phoenix opener can get done, and I don't really think that much, honestly.
No, I mean, if anything, he's going to try to kill the Mothership Core. And, oh, it's going to recall even. So, I mean, if you look at the units lost here, RayReign lost 350, and KiFirE lost 400. So, I mean, it really isn't that bad, except for the fact that, I guess, these 3 pylons are going to go down, and that's going to make it so that he does lose 300 additional minerals. And he might even lose a little bit more to these Phoenixes here. But damn, dude, that was kind of, that was intense. And I think it's just, like, not about freaking out, right? Like, just don't freak out.
Yeah. Another GT Shrine coming out, though, for RayReign. And this time, KiFire's going to spot it. Oh, no. So this is opposite. So RayReign didn't go for a DT Shrine last game. That was KiFirE. But KiFirE does scout it with those Phoenixes. And the Stalkers don't have Blink yet, only 4 of them. They're not able to take out any of those Phoenix Eye, as it were. And so we see the Robo is just about to finish up, and if KiFirE clicked on that little blue glowing orb, he's going to go ahead and throw out an Observer just as soon as he can. And a Void Ray is the next call. And I like this. I like going, doing some nifty right into air stuff with 4 Phoenixes and a Void Ray. That can be pretty deadly with all that lift.
Oh, for sure. Can even lift up one of these Stalkers. Pretty ballsy move, though. I mean, it is 2 Stalkers on the ground still, but oh, wow, he's just going to do it anyway. Going to lose one of the Phoenixes, perhaps. Yep. One does go down, and he definitely knows about the DTs, as that Observer is going to come out. So, wow, this is kind of gone into the situation where it's like it didn't even... okay, I wouldn't say that it didn't even happen, because you look at the supply, and it's similar, but you look at the bank for both players, and it does look like KiFirE got a little bit better of a trade out of that whole opening.
And it's weird because you don't really expect it to do so. So, I see 3 Photon Overcharges going down and taking out a Cybernetics Core and disrupting your Warp Gate. And so, does KiFirE even have Warp Gate? If we look at his upgrades. Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Okay. So he did get his Cybernetics Core back up and running, but I thought he skipped the gas investment and just went right into air, but. That would be silly, of course, because you're Protoss and you need all the tech you can get. And right now we're seeing the call from KiFirE. He's making his way across with a bunch of Stalkers, and they got Blink, and there's a Warp Gate. And that's his call. That's what he's going to go for, Tempo.
He's just gonna
How
go
do you
for
think
it.
this is going to pan out?
Man, I'm thinking about it in my head, and, Void Rays do pretty good against Stalkers, but I feel like if KiFirE loses his Void Rays, then everything else is going to fall apart for him. So it's all going to be about preserving the Void Rays, and with that many Stalkers with Blink, I think it's going to be a very difficult task here.
Yeah, one more Void Ray coming out, and an Immortal.
Yeah.
Photon Overcharge has got to go down, and it does. These Stalkers, it's going to be whether they blink forward or backwards. They're doing the nifty thing to get out. One Void Ray going down almost immediately. That Immortal going to put out a lot of damage for him in this engagement here. The next Void Ray goes down, and like you were talking about, Tempo, these Blink Stalkers can live as long as they want. 2 of them going down pretty unnecessarily.
Whoa!
RayReign is watching his army right now, and now we can get out of there.
We're going to lose a few more of those Stalkers, and now KiFirE holds on. He gets a 3rd base of his own, and he's starting to make units that have much better tech. I would say they're much more valuable and are able to actually deal with what it is that RayReign is deciding to utilize, which is the Blink Stalker. So,
Yeah, and
Phoenixes
of course
can lift
the
up a few.
Yeah, the Phoenixes can lift up 3 at a time with the Immortal there and the Adepts and a Void Ray. This is looking really bad for RayReign because, of course, the lifted Stalkers can't really blink out of there. And RayReign is dedicating himself to this, and a DT coming in as well. Another Immortal just coming out, and if KiFirE takes his fights near the Photon Overcharge and the cannon, Nexus cannon that's coming in, I think he might be able to hold it. 1 Archon coming in by way of RayReign, morphing 2 DTs into an Archon, along with these Blink Stalkers, and he's going to try and make it work here, Tempo. I don't think it's gonna.
Well, he's gonna believe himself. Another Photon Overcharge on that pylon. Those Void Rays, though, I mean, they're staying alive. They're just gonna shred through those Stalkers, and if they have to target fire them, the Immortals on the ground are just gonna absolutely wreck them. So it's kind of like a moment where, do you really want to attack into that army? You really have to be very confident and maybe have some Immortals of your own or something that can actually deal with both of those units without trying to like be all fancy.
Yeah. So sorry, KiFirE doesn't have a Mothership Core. I just want to say right as he goes into this. So those the Nexus cannon.
He lost it?
Yeah, he lost his Mothership Core. Now he's just remaking it now, but that Photon Cannon getting taken out, and he wasn't able to deploy any Photon Cannons as well. Now he's got 3 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers of his own as well, of course, Adept Sentries. He's got the proper mix at this stage in the game, and he's also getting +1 air weapons.
Yeah. And a Fleet Beacon as well, so it's like, is he really going to transition into this very heavy Stargate play? He has 2 Stargates at the moment, and he has Chrono... Short answer?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Well, yeah, you're damn right here, as he does get that Fleet Beacon out. So is it going to be Carriers, or is he going to, like... Yeah, it has to be Carriers, right?
It's going to... Yes,
like,
it's going to be Carriers.
Let's get the Indian Pulse Crystals for the crazy Phoenixes so that we can... Can you lift up farther away if you do that? Or no? I think it's only for the attack. I think it's only... Could be, though. I don't know.
But there's the Carrier, my friend.
Oh, my goodness. Here, Tyrannus.
Away.
He is going... for the Carriers, and this you would think in like Heart of the Swarm, yeah, this is White Route playing, he's trying to troll and have some fun, but no, man, Carriers and Legacy of the Void are pretty legit, man. The only criticism is that it's right there at the attack path of RayReign, so if he walks up that ramp, he can snipe the pylon blink down, you know, but...
Yeah, RayReign is going to do some counter harassment here, getting Adepts and Zealots in on that third, the second, the natural, I suppose you'd say, from KiFirE. KiFirE having to pull drones and get his army back in there. This is giving RayReign the opportunity to blink his Stalkers into the third if he wants to. Maybe a little bit of hesitancy there.
Oh, he could have
moved the army. Yeah, he totally could have. We saw him move the army there a little bit. Now he's targeting down the cannons as he can, and as well as that Nexus. But it looks pretty well cleaned up from KiFirE. But he's just trying to buy time, and I don't think RayReign knows exactly what he's up against just yet.
Well, he's adding a few Stargates of his own. A third one is getting put down now, so he put down 2 during that attack, and then he's also going to get a third one. I had figured that he was going to go for Tempest, because if you were looking at the patch notes, you would have read that the Tempests are back to the way they were, and they're going to hard counter Carriers as they do the damage to the Massive. So he's going to go for Void Rays instead, but I think the real choice that he would, well, the right choice would be to go for Tempest, but that might, you know, kind of be what you were saying, where he doesn't realize that it's actually Carriers. You know, it's like, yeah, it's Stargate. He might go for some Void Rays and Phoenixes, but does he really think that they're going to be Carriers coming out very soon? I mean... So here's
the thing, Tippo, right? These guys, Grandmasters, they've played thousands of games in Heart of the Swarm, right? They're very good. There's still some of that, like... You do something that long and that well, you're going to have this in the back of your mind. Like, there's no way at 1150 he's going to be coming out with Graviton Catapult Carriers. And then he's like, wait a second, what are those things? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
3 base Protoss, here I come with some...
Would you really... Is that really going through your head right now?
Yeah, he's like, oh god, this is Legacy of the Void. I've got to totally change my mindset right now. So, we're going to see the response. RayReign has taken a 4th. KiFirE hasn't just yet. So is the 3 base the new all-in? Is that really what it's come down to?
3 base all-in, man, yeah. It could be it, as he goes in for it. I mean, like, I'm really starting to, like, okay, well, I guess he puts down a 4th now, but, like, I was thinking in my head, he just builds a bunch of Carriers, doesn't expect Carriers from his opponent, and just A-moves. I actually did this on, you know, probably unranked low league ladder, where I totally failed my, I failed my intro. My build sucked. It was awful. And then I just made Carriers and won the game. Like, it was just stupid like that. So, I mean, who knows, man? He doesn't realize what's going on. RayReign's in trouble.
We do see 6 of these Stalkers coming in from RayReign, and they're going to be able to snipe a couple of, even a little bit of an Artosis pylon here, depowering a couple of, a Stargate, a Gateway, and a Robo.
I think he knows about the carriers now, though.
Yeah, no, I think for sure he knows about the carriers. One thing I do want to talk about, KiFirE pulling a little bit of a Zerg move. You know that thing where you're like, you know, I could take my 4th here, or I've got enough minerals, I'll take them both, and if he takes that one, he thinks he's taking out my 4th, but in reality, I've got this extra one backed up. He's taking, he's taking his 2 bases down in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, and if RayReign stops one of them, and he doesn't know about the other one, that's just going to be a slight psychological advantage. And what do you think about the mothership getting produced?
I love it. He's playing Protoss just like me. I think there's hope for me. There's hope for me.
What's the coolest thing I could do in this game?
Now?
Make all my units invisible and have carriers. Like,
I swear, man, when we have dreams of StarCraft and being professional gamers, this is the things we dream of doing on the big stage for the millions and millions across the world. But, I mean, realistically speaking, you know, the economy, right? Let's look at that. KiFirE getting those 2 bases right now, his gas income is going to be incredible. He already has he has plus 1,000, you know, over 1,000 gas just banked up, and he's definitely spending it. So it's not like he's like making a bunch of zealots and banking up his gas. He's making freaking carriers and a mothership, like, you know, his economy and Tempest, exactly. So it's very, very healthy that his economy is. RayReign making a lot of Archons. I don't know about that. You know, he's gonna try to maybe get under the carriers and try, but.
Yeah, I don't, and he's getting Storm, you know, so, or KiFirE is getting Storm, and that's going to deal with the charge lots.
Charge lot, yeah.
Yeah,
he's making a great Protoss late game army in any other situation, right? But the Void Rays is the difference here for RayReign. That could be a huge difference.
And he's choosing to move out earlier, so that can be a huge difference, right? Where the attack happens, where it takes place. RayReign moving out on his own terms. KiFirE not going to see this coming just yet. The Adepts sending out their little scouts into the 4th. He sees that it's there. And now KiFirE might have an idea of what's coming his way. And the engagement looks like it's about to come down. RayReign's a little bit split up here, but now we know what's going on. Potion Overcharge getting deployed. Some shots coming from Tempest. A little bit of early volleys coming out from both these armies. And I have, okay, left or right, I have no idea, Tempo. I'm going to...
This is a very exciting situation because this is one that you never see, Tyrannus. We are witnessing this right here. History in the making. That's it, with, you know, pylons even adding DPS. It's kind of crazy. Oh, he finds the other base, though. So he will at least be able to get something done with this army at the moment. The Void Ray count is what scares me. I think these Void Rays of RayReign can do so much. You know, KiFirE doesn't have much AoE just yet. He has the Storms out, but how many Templar does he actually have? I believe he is... Does he have any? He has to.
I don't even see any in the army.
6. Oh, he does have 6.
Yeah, 6. Okay, yeah, they're all hidden.
Inside of there. Okay, never mind. No, he has AoE, man. He's good. I think he's going to be in a really good position then.
Well, this is one of those things where I have no idea. So I just want to let the picture do the talking, you know?
Me too.
Just see where it goes. We do have +3 air weapons coming down for KiFirE, so if we are talking about some definite differences between the armies, those Void Rays are numerous for RayReign, but they simply do not have the upgrades to match. You know, only +1 weapons, and with the Tempest and Carriers, if you get them up to that stead, and I think if KiFirE knew what the upgrade disadvantage was, he would make the attack happen sooner rather than later. A bunch of charge lots coming with their +8 damage, no longer +30 on the mistake on Blizzard's fault. They're coming across here, and they're going to be able to pressure this 3rd, and they're going to split KiFirE up and make him make a decision here. And he's actually going to come back and contest them with his main army, and RayReign doing exactly what he needs to do, and he's going to come in and pressure the 4th.
It's all about getting in position, too. With an army that has a lot of Archons in it, it's all about that space. And you know, wow! That Nexus got taken out so fast, and he's just going to recall one out of there. Takes out 2 bases? Oh, only 1 base there. But, hey, 1 base better than none, as he does take that out. And gets rid of a lot of Zealots that aren't really going to help him too much right now. So...
yeah, he's freeing up the supply for Void Rays.
Yep. Is that what he's going to go for? Yeah, 3 Void Rays at a time.
And we even get +1 shields and a fleet beacon coming down for himself from RayReign. And then he's morphing out some DTs, more Archons coming down for him. And he's actually getting some Zealots along here. And I think he's just going to keep sending those across the map and to do as much damage as they can. And this gets to the point where it looks like KiFiRE's got his entire army on hotkey. Why wouldn't you, right? You're expecting the big engagement, and then all of a sudden you've got charge lots in your main, and oh god, do I split up units and reset my hotkeys? And then, you know, you're not really worried about it at that point in time, but the Immortals are going to meet these charge lots across the map, and the Zealots are able to get right on top of them, and I think the Zealots win this one.
Yeah, they're just going to take out these Immortals. I didn't even know what those Immortals were doing. He might have been trying to donate them, too, realizing that he couldn't do much with them. But trying to get something done with them, hopefully, but yeah, they just got intercepted.
So this is pretty fun. At this point in the game, everybody has everything.
Everything,
for the most
right?
part. We have DTs, Dark Shrine coming down for KiFiRE, as well as all the ground upgrades that he wants. And actually, that Nexus is getting really far dwindled down here. Oracles from RayReign coming in here, getting their revelation off on the main army of KiFiRE, and he knows exactly what he's dealing with. And I think RayReign, if this was a boxing match, RayReighn's in the center of the ring, like, come on, bro, what's up? Just stop walking away from me. Let's fight.
Exactly. I think that's exactly what you are correct here. He has the ground army, you know, like he wants KiFiRE to come out. Because if he attacks into the choke, the Archons aren't going to get the surface area that they want. But so many Void Rays, man! But the Storms are going to be here. Is this the engagement, Tyrannus?
Oh god, please let it happen.
The one. Oh, I'm waiting. Oh, my body is ready. The feedback on the Mothership Core. But the Storms on everything.
Oh my god, the Storms go down, all these Interceptors are flying around, Tempest doing what they can, Void Rays getting in the middle of it, Storms going down on both armies, Archons do what they can, RayReign has 74 supply.
Whoa! Storms and just carriers and I don't know what, like question mark, and then like step 4 Prophet is pretty much what happened for KiFiRE right there. Like,
look at that Mothership Core. Mothership Core went down to 10 health.
Yeah, and it's still alive. It's actually on the chase.
What's the Bee Gees? Staying alive.
Exactly. That is wow. Yeah, that's that mama right there. She knows what's up.
Yeah, RayReign down to 86 supply. Interceptors live forever. There's the GG called, and KiFiRE. Tempo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after I don't know what the hell just happened, we are back here to reality, hopefully. I have no idea what to expect in game number 3, but here we are on Bridgehead, one of the most wonky maps that we have already, so let's see what kind of crazy shenanigans can get cooked up. Here we have, on the west side of Bridgehead, it is going to be our orange Protoss player showing us some pretty cool plays in the early game. It is RayReign.
And his opponent on the east side of Bridgehead. Tying the series up last game, Tempo. I'm pretty sure you described it pretty aptly in fantastic, splendiferous fashion. Representing nobody but his fine self currently. Rocking those teal trunks, it is KiFiRE.
KiFiRE. Huh.
Well then.
Definitely brought it. Like, that was one of those situations where it was just getting... I mean, this is what PvP's been always about. Like, getting the perfect army in the late game and just totally wrecking when the engagement happens. And, you know, RayReign maybe got a little bit impatient with his army composition and just said, I think I can do this. But it was more so like, I have no idea what the hell's going to happen. But if it works... then word. I am 2-0. I go to the winners match. I play off against Beastie Cutie, and we get on with our lives. But, you know, that was a situation where it just was like, I really don't know what's going to happen here, but it didn't end up working out for him, man.
You remember back in the early days of Wings of Liberty when they just transitioned all of the Kespa guys over?
Oh, yeah.
And, people were still trying to figure out how the game worked. You know, as people were still stuck on their Brood War ways. And there was a TVP final, and one player had just a 200 full army of battle cruisers. And he got sucked into that giant black hole, right?
The vortex.
And just stormed to pieces, right?
It was MVP and Squirtle, I think.
MVP versus Squirtle, that's what it was. And that was, you know, the two really good players, and that should have never happened, right? And we would never see that these days. But that's what we just saw happen again, right? Is we just saw 3-3 battle cruisers versus, you know, what have you, and the insaneness that happens when really good players don't really know what to expect.
Yep. Oh my God. RayReign, the tried and true.
The balls on this guy.
He loves it. But I mean, it worked out for KiFirE last time. Let's kind of look into see what was it that KiFirE did differently in game number 2 that he didn't do in game number 1. That was losing his cybernetics.
I think that was pretty.
Losing
key.
the cybernetics core though was a huge deal, I think. But this is big. Both of the gateways are they're not in range. Only one of them are.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. It's only the Adepts getting to work on the second gateway. A Stalker is going to come out. Not going to be really able to deal with these Adepts the way they'd like to, but the Adepts on the other side of the map for KiFirE are going to go to work on the pylon over there, and they're actually going to cancel that pylon and almost were able to depower. There is another, of course, tertiary pylon back there, and there's a nice little hologram dance between Adepts. They're trying to get in and get their probes kills, but they're not able to get any at all. Warp Gate just finishing up for KiFirE, and these Stalkers in the Mothership Core and a probe as well come to join the fight.
Even a probe,
shut down the 3 pylon photon cannon rush.
Yeah, and this was a big investment out of RayReign. It didn't do as much as it even did in game number 2. So this is seeing KiFirE adapt to that situation. You fool me once, right? It's like that's all you get. But I just don't see it being as effective as it was in game number 1. And this was a very ambitious one by RayReign with 3 pylons. I mean, he could have done that if he really wanted the gateway with 2. But I feel like I don't know. I just don't know what to say about that.
You know,
like,
Tempo,
what else
we're really trying
kill?
here. We're really trying here. I literally can't even. Is the thing here. I'm just enjoying myself, man. How are you doing tonight? How are things?
I'm doing good, man. This is great.
Can't complain, right?
Not at all. I'm so glad it's not me being pylon rush. That's all. You know. I'm just kicking it.
It's like if somebody besides America went to war for once, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
it's all right.
It's not us. We don't have to deal with it this time.
Nobody's mad at us, you know. It's
just Poland, go handle something. You know?
Yeah, anything.
It's not us.
Finally, just don't have to deal with it, you know. And, don't get called like a fat burger eating, like, you know. But there's a lot of stuff dying inside of the main of KiFirE. A lot of Adepts here, 3. And KiFirE isn't doing anything much about it. He lost so many probes, 17 probes in total. And KiFirE over here has like 4 Phoenixes that are just like not going to get much done here.
Yeah, and we see KiFirE only producing 2 probes at a time. Meanwhile, RayReign just threw down 2 Stargates and took both simulators at his natural. So a little bit of the opposite. And he's actually double producing Phoenix Eye himself, getting that blink upgrade going. Now KiFirE able to get in, snipe a couple of probes, but only 2. Nowhere near leveling the playing field. And we've got a just about 20 supply lead, 15 now for RayReign, and that's pretty much all in probes.
Yeah, that was that great attack that he did. It was really nice. I didn't expect it to do that much damage, but KiFirE invested in the Phoenixes so heavily that he just didn't have a lot on the ground at all. So this double Stargate is going to definitely catch him off guard. Because in Phoenix versus Phoenix, it's all about that engagement. If you get caught, you're not getting away, you know. It's not like Muta versus Muta even, which is like another one where if you get caught, it's brutal. But in Phoenix versus Phoenix, that person that has the more Phoenixes is going to just lose every single, or going to kill every other Phoenix, rather. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I don't think KiFirE's even producing any more
Phoenixes. You wouldn't think of this,
He's producing Immortals. And Phoenixes are like Mutas in that if you get a healthy enough number, A, they're great for harassment, and B, you always have to be thinking about them. You can't just, okay, you know, I'm attacking now. I don't have to worry about the Phoenixes. No, they're going to be doing as, you know, you can get done what you can get done as long as you have that extra little bit of APM there. And Legacy of the Void has freed up, you know, your hands from Chrono Boost. It's freed up your hands from Injects. So we're going to see a lot of this extra stuff really being put to use. And I think Phoenixes are one of those units that I don't think we've really seen their true capabilities, and I think we're going to. And it's going to be interesting when these Phoenixes finally find this Stargate, because they're going to have to. They're going to have to see it, right?
And they actually get that. And here it comes, the interception.
And they're all dead.
Whoa.
All of them are dead.
Everyone. And now what's up? What's up? What does KiFirE have? He has 2 Stalkers and 2 Sentries. How the hell are you going to deal with this many?
Now it's game ending, right? Because you can snipe the Mothership Core.
Yep.
a preliminary photon cannon going down, but I mean they're so quick they get out of the range. There is a void ray, but now that you've deployed that, your army is positional at this point. There's stalkers harassing your third, trying to snap that nexus, and the phoenixes, like I said, are now in your natural, taking. Well, there they go.
Every single one of these probes is gonna die here.
They're all dead. Every single one of them.
And there's nothing that he can do about it.
And then as soon as the army comes back, the stalkers are going to go back into the third. Not going to do that now, and I think KiFirE realizes the type of shit he's in, and he's probably just going to say, okay, no, he's hesitant. He's coming back, right? I would expect him to just move across the map and see if he can win the game.
Yeah. I mean, even using this defensively, wow, Phoenixes are going to dive onto that mothership core, and you know what, at this point, might as well do it here. Don't lose too many Phoenixes, though. You know, you're going to need them for the defense if there is a counterattack. So he is going to be able to do it, but this is still a scary army supply out of KiFirE. 2 Immortals against mainly Blink Stalkers. He's going to have to lift up those Immortals with the Phoenixes. There he goes. And there's still more Stalkers on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think RayReign has the number of Stalkers that he needs right now.
Not yet, but he will eventually. The economy is definitely going to show in a bit. He just has to wait. Yeah, right? Like, there's no reason
to force
a fight right now.
Yeah, and the Phoenix is picking up an Immortal here. RayReign marching his army across. I think he realizes it's do or die here, but with a 40 supply advantage for RayReign.
Does RayReign only make pylons in like 3s?
Yeah, he's all about he's OCD, dude. He's all about the triplets.
Illuminati. Oh.
Yeah, confirmed. Oh, the Phoenix is getting a little caught out of position by these Stalkers here. 2 Immortals are going to have to live. I don't know how much the Sentries are going to change this fight, and I think KiFirE realizes that, and he's going to hallucinate a Phoenix and just see what he can see. Trying to catch these Phoenixes out of position with these Stalkers tempo. I don't know how well this is going to go for KiFirE.
I don't think it's going to go very well at all, but this is desperation mode. I mean, what else does he have to live for, you know? Everything at home has been absolutely pillaged.
My wife is dead. You took my farm from me.
Farm's been burnt.
My one good horse.
Crops. Dead. Oh, not even an Immortal to live for. God. They can't even do that barrier upgrade when you're getting lifted up and having to do... Like, look at that, man. They're just getting lifted up.
That's it. GG. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.